Teaching your child sex education. Many parents find it so difficult to introduce their children to sex education, and it's very, very important for them to know. It's very important we teach our children sex education, but a lot of parents find it so difficult to start sitting and discussing with their child about sex education. They are seeing it so difficult. How am I going to start teaching my child? How do I start it? Though I know it's necessary, probably because you are shy, probably because of the fear that you want to like exposing your child early. So please, in this video, I'm going to tell you first step in teaching your child sex education. You know, knowledge is power. First step in teaching your child sex education. Before I proceed, thank you, my returning subscriber. You know, without you, I wouldn't have been here. Thanks for always coming back to watch my videos. Please, if you haven't subscribed, hit on the subscribe button on your phone to give my channel a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to keep getting more videos on your child upbringing, how to spice your sexual life, your relationship. If you are seeing my face for the first time, Mrs. Onoja here, thanks for stopping by. How to start teaching your child sex education. Step 1 to teaching your child sex education. First and foremost, stop looking at your child of 7 years, 5 years to a child of a day old. Stop looking at that child of 7 years to be a child of a day old, so that you can be able to communicate with your child, either male or female gender. Stop looking at that age to be a day old, baby. Because there is no way learning can be effective or take place without communication. Learning cannot take place without communication, either verbally or by the use of signs. You can either use sign to communicate or you use verbal, way of communication. So stop looking at that child of 7, 5 years to a child of a day old, so that you can communicate with the child very, very well. Now, as a little baby of this early stage, you communicate with your child by dressing the child decently. Whenever you are going out with the child, or whenever the child is around the house, you dress the child decently by covering all the body parts, either male or female gender. You cover the child body parts. You stop, exposing parts of the child's body, like, the stomach, the lap. Stop exposing these parts of the child's body. Dress the child decently. It is a sign that he or she is supposed to dress well, to cover some parts of the body that are very, very important and should not be exposed. This is the first stage of teaching your child sex education. It is good to cover your body part properly, especially this part. You are covering it properly. It is supposed, to be covered properly. It is not supposed to be exposed. So it is the first stage of teaching your child sex education. Now, when bathing the child, you know, as the daddy or the mommy, as you are washing, you are bathing the child from his or her head down, coming to the child's private parts, you tell the child to wash his or her private parts. It is a sign or a signal to the child that, why is mommy bathing me? Mommy has bathed me from my head to my toe down to my back. Why is it this part that mommy or daddy is telling me to wash by myself? It is a signal that this part is a private part. It is a separate place that she or he is supposed to be conscious of. It is a private place that only the child is supposed to, be having access to. Mommy bathe me from my head to my toe, down to my hand, and coming to my private part, she's asking me to wash it myself. It means this part is special. It is a sign that this part is special and should be, for only her alone. First stage of teaching your child sex education. That part nobody is supposed to touch. It is a sign of, that place is so special. Now, another way of teaching your child sex education early in life is by also telling your child that this part of your body is not supposed to be touched by anybody for any reason. This very part of your body is special and should not be touched by anybody. You tell the child verbally. You are also signaling to the child, you know, to wash his or her bum bum by his or herself. It's also a signal to the child that the part is special. Sex education at the early stage of life. Also, remind your child to wear his or her pants. Like the female gender to wear their pants, to avoid exposing their legs anyhow. It is a way of teaching your little child, sex education. And they'll be conscious of this very part, that this part is a special part that should be, properly taken care of. A special part that she or he is supposed to be conscious of. Teach your child sex education at the early stage of life. Like the male gender, they always like to play with their pin. You know, you always tell them not to play with it by wearing them their boxer, wearing them their knicker, and covering it up, and that place is a private place, a special place that should not be tampered with, should not be played with. So they'll be conscious of this, and it's a way of teaching your child sex education step one. And it will make them to always know that this part is a special part. It's a special part. That signal is there already in their mind. That is a special part. So, as I proceed in my video, I'll keep unveiling how you teach your child sex education. I hope this video is helpful. Please, to keep getting more videos on child upbringing, how to spice your sexual life, relationship, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like my videos. See you in my next